everyone, welcome back to Guitar Image YouTube channel. Okay, today we have with us two clone type pedals. Okay, one is the RYRA The Klone, K-L-O-N-E, right? And this is another clone type clone, which is bought off wish.com. Alright, so today we're going to kind of check out the differences between these two pedals. We have not tried the original clone, but we're going to just assume that the clone sounds roughly like what these two pedals are giving us. And we want to hear the differences in terms of tone and what each pedal actually provides. Alright, what I'm running through is I'm running into these two pedals, guitar into these two pedals, followed by I'm going into the HX Stomp. Now the HX Stomp, I'm using the patch, which is based on version 3.1, okay, the orange rocker patch, which we just released in a previous few videos. Alright, so if you've not downloaded the patch, okay, it's available on our website. Go and download and try them and have fun with it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the RYRA The Klone. Okay, I'm going to set the gain to near 0. Okay, so this is probably what a lot of people set it to for kind of like a clean boost kind of a sound. Alright, so I'm going to set both pedals about this close to similar settings. Okay, now this is my clean sound right now. Okay, so now I'm going on the RYRA The Klone pedal. Let's hear how it sounds. Let's check out the wish.com's pedal. Alright, so right off the very first comparison, I'm not sure if you can hear it over the video. Okay, the RYRA has definitely more body, maybe you can call it more low mids, right, as compared to this pedal, the wish.com's pedal. Right, both have very similar kind of sound, but the RYRA just have a little bit more body in terms of tone. Right, the wish.com has a little bit more clarity in terms of the treble. So I'm going to play it again, so hopefully you can hear it over your side. Okay, so this is the RYRA. It's the wish.com. Now both pedals have beautiful tone. Okay, when we turn it on, it just brings your sound to another dimension. Right, so if you like a fatter kind of tone, hey, the RYRA, it's pretty good. If you like a bit more clarity, alright, the wish.com's pedal is pretty good as well. If you notice that early on, before I on the pedals, my volume was much softer, and when I kick on the pedals, the volume actually went up. So from my experiment with clone pedals so far, I feel that the output has to be 12 o'clock or much more to bring out the sound in the Klon pedal. I might be wrong, but this is just some of the findings that after exploring, even in the HX Stomp, the Minotaur, right? If you push the output past 12 o'clock, it brings a different character to your Klon pedal. So if you have not tried that, do try it out, because the output does change your final overall gain structure, and it just sounds to me much nicer to my ears. Alright, so this is the Klon pedal at near 0. Okay, gonna push it up right now. Okay, let's go for slightly before 12 o'clock. Okay, so let's hear the RYRA. Okay, wish.com. Okay, so first impression, the RYRA definitely has much lower gain structure than the Wish. Okay, nothing wrong at all. It's just different. Okay, it's just different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up the gain right now of the RYRA to match the wish.com, and I find that the Wish definitely has a bit more clarity. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the trebles here a little bit just to make sure that we're hearing almost a balanced kind of a comparison. Bring down my reverb. Let's try that one more time. Okay, let's try the wish.com. Okay, let's try the RYRA again. I'm gonna bring up a little bit more trebles, a little bit more gain, and then maybe a little bit more output. Okay, back to the wish.com. Okay, so both have very different characteristics, interestingly, and they are both kind of clones, right? So again, the RYRA has more body, which makes it a little bit muddier in terms of tone and crank up the gain. So what I have to do is to compensate is to bring up the treble in this pedal, and then it sounds much clearer to my ears. Whereas the Wish pedal itself, I think characteristically it has more clarity, so I didn't really have to change much things, but it's lacking in terms of certain mids, low mids kind of a push. So if you find that you like more open kind of sound and you don't want so much mid coming in, this is a pretty interesting pedal you can look for, right? The RYRA, on the other hand, are for people who love mids. They definitely need mids in their tone. Now this pedal is probably something for you. Okay, so let's try a little bit of a higher gain. So RYRA is already at 12 o'clock right now, so I'm going to push it to the golden position, which is like the 2-3 o'clock, which a lot of people say that's the sweet spot for Klon pedals. So I'm going to push it and let's see how that sounds. Okay, let's go to the bridge pickup. guy definitely has much more gain. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure I'm doing a fair comparison. So I'm going to bring up the gain. So as you bring up the gain, the character actually still is very prevalent from each pedal, with this being more mids, this being more highs. Okay, all right, let's do some lines now and see how it sounds. Wish pedal. So now you can hear that this guy has more bass, definitely more bass than the RYRA's sound. So this can be also a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you sit in the mix in the band. Okay, so overall this has more bass and traps, this has more mids, right? Which I think the Klone itself definitely gonna have a little bit more mids than what I'm actually imagining. Okay, so let's try it at full gain now. Let's hear how this sounds. Yeah, so I think when I bring on the traps, it's not so harsh, and at full gain, this guy can actually really take off, right? With rhythms, or even you saw me playing like a higher melodic kind of a line. It actually comes out nicely as well. So pretty interesting. Okay, let's go for Wish.com at maximum gain. Definitely a more gain. Let's hear. Wow, so both pedals can take it from a clean boost all the way to like heavy, thick lead tone, or even rhythmic tones as well. Okay, so both pedals are pretty cool, very nice, have very different characters as what I would have imagined, but this is pretty interesting. So this Wish.com's pedal has more bass and treble, whereas the RYRA has more low mids and high mids going into this pedal. Alright, so at the end of the day, it's not which pedal is better, but which pedal works better in your current setup. Now, if you need a more bass treble pedal, then check out the Wish.com's clone pedal. Alright, if you need something that's more mid-push, the RYRA works very well as well. Okay, in terms of price, the price differences, of course, this Wish.com's pedal is like, I think it's about 60-70 Sing, whereas the RYRA is about, I think, close to 300 Sing. So there's almost a 5 times difference in terms of price. Whether is it justifiable, and at the end of the day, it's really entirely up to your ears, right? But personally, both pedal works well. If you want something that's bang for buck, you know, you can always go for the Wish.com. If you want something that's a bit more stronger in like mids and it has very nice wide range of tones, the RYRA definitely is for you. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, do give us a good thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for the latest video. Okay, take care, God bless, I will see you real soon. Okay, bye bye.